Why did Messiah go into that house of sinners? Because that's where the light goes. The light goes to the darkness. It lights it up. If he wanted to stay with the light, he would have stayed in heaven. It's light there. There's no night there. But he didn't stay in heaven. He wanted to go to where the darkness was so the light could come. That's the nature of light. For the Pharisees, it was stay away from anybody who's in darkness. And they were in darkness too, but they were going to stay away. But for the true lights of God, it is we are going to shine to those who need it. The dark they're the ones who need it. We got to be careful we don't become Pharisees and we got the light, the world doesn't. So, hey, we just have to stay away from the world. You are the light of the world. Especially those people who are so against you right now, those are the ones you need to go to and shine the light. And those who are unsaved, instead of condemning them, shine the light. Give them the light. The darkness can't help doing anything but be dark. Don't blame them. They're dark. Give them the light. Every time someone is ungodly, give them the light. And even in the Lord, people are ungodly because they're not dwelling in the light. Give them the light. Instead of condemning them, give them the light. We were in Guatemala on a mission with Pastor Marco. And I remember we were in Guatemala, and we had ministered, and we were ministering later on, and we had a hotel to go to. And we went there. They said, we're not ready yet for everybody. So everybody else went, but I had to prepare the message for the night. I think we were speaking in the square, the town square. So I had to prepare the message. So I said, well, I have to go. I have to prepare, and I have to sleep. So I got to be ready. So they said, well, you can come. So I went in there before everybody else came. And I'm in the hotel, it's like a one-story thing. It's just different rooms and different cottages. And I'm in there, and it looked like somebody just runs across my window. I look at it, and it looks like a woman hides in the bush. And then there's another person hiding in the bush. I'm thinking, what's going on? People are hiding in bushes. It's not normal. And then there's these red lights in the room, and I'm thinking, that's kind of weird, kind of red lights. And there's music being pumped in all the time, and it didn't hit me until at one point I said to somebody, they were saying, where are you staying? And I said, we're here. They said, you're staying there. We were booked in a house of prostitution. And so it took me a little while to get that, and I'm thinking, now what? What do I do? We're in a house of ill repute. I mean, when you're on a mission trip, everybody takes pictures, send them home for your newsletter. We can't do that here. Here we are in a house of prostitution in Guatemala. You can't. And what do we do? This is not looking good. And then everybody comes in, and the rest of the group comes in, and people start realizing what it is, and everybody's doesn't know what to do. And we call the meeting. We say, what do we do? And someone says, we got to book. We got to get to another hotel. We'll get out of here. We'll get to another hotel. Other ones say we got to anoint everything, anoint the light bulb, anoint the doorknob. Everything was dripping with oil. There were calories all over the place. Everybody's dripping, anointing everybody. Before you could do it, anointed. The whole place was anointed. But they're saying, well, let's get out. And I said, no. I said, wait a minute. And then it's like the Lord just spoke to me. He said, wait a minute. What are we here for? We're here on a mission. So we shouldn't leave here. Well, we should be careful, but not leave here. I said, let's do something else. Let's all meet here I gave a time. We met in between, where the square of the hotel was, all the cottages that came together. I said, let's have a worship service here. So we start worshiping the Lord in this house of prostitution. And we're worshiping, and the Lord's anointing it. And a woman comes by, and she's singing, she's looking at us, and then she's just watching, and tears, and she's one of them, and she gives her life to the Lord. And then we talk to the people who are running the house of prostitution. It's a guy with sunglasses and other. We start talking to him and the others, and he starts crying. And we give him a Bible. And there's salvation happening from those who are running it. And I remember finally when when we're leaving, they're all standing in front and waving and crying. God visited them. We have to realize, though, we can't forget it. We can't forget it. Yes, we have to have a line about what is holy and what's not, and we cannot get corrupted, and we cannot run in a direction that's not God with other people. But we have to remember why we're here. We're not here to build an enclave of light and say the rest of them can go to hell, and we're just going to stay separate. We are here for the sake of the ungodly and the worldly and the enemies of God and those who hate you. That's why we're here. You need to go out and you need to be on, this is your whole attitude in the world and in God has to change from one being defensive to one being offensive. You've got the light, and when you act like the light, it's going to change everything else. It's going to change the way you deal with everything. You are of the light. You are of the advancing. You're to go where it's dark, and you're to see any problem as not a problem, but something you are to minister to. And something you're to grow in, and something you're to bless with. You are here. You know, the light touches the darkness. What is truly lovely touches the unlovely. Those who have something to give, they give to those who have nothing. Those who are forgiving go to people who need forgiveness. That's what good is. What's good goes to those who are in evil to rescue them. The physician seeks out the sick. So if you're righteous, your righteousness has got to be reaching out and touching. And the Lord will make you strong, because the more you go out, that's the front line. When you go out on the front line, all of a sudden your whole life turns from being defensive, I gotta keep the world back, to one where you're moving ahead. And God blesses it and anoints that, because you're in the Great Commission. You're in the front lines. God blesses that. He's going to anoint your life. But turn it around and move from a defense to an offense. God will empower your life. Because that's what it's about.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page, or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA.